Welcome to the finale of the 0 to 10K challenge. If you haven't seen all the other episodes, start from the beginning. I'll make a little playlist for you guys, because in the get-go, I started with 0. I got Craigslist free lawnmowers. I fixed them up, I sold them, I got a little scooter, I got a motorcycle, we got cars, we got trucks. In this episode, we're gonna finish the last few things that the cars and trucks that we have still need before they can go onto the market and be sold. Once those get sold, we'll finish the video by showing you what I'm gonna do with the 10 grand. So stick around. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. This has been the Can of Worms truck. So we had a squeak in the front end. At first I thought it was that pulley, then I thought it was that pulley, then I thought it was this belt, that belt, that belt. We changed all the belts, we changed pulleys. Then I came down here and I was like, oh, there's contact between this harmonic balancer and this alternator bracket right there. And so I chopped away a piece of the bracket, wasn't contacting, still making noise. You wanna know why? This harmonic balancer has separated into two. That's not supposed to be like that. So now this has to come off. So I went to my local junkyard, which usually has the stuff that I need, and they did have the right truck with the right motor. I just walked around really quick because look how crazy this place is. It's like just a random upside down car. Sure. Then we ran into an issue getting the actual crankshaft pulley off because we had the wrong puller. So in order to get that threaded in and be able to use it, there's a couple holes in there. You put in bolts, but the guy didn't have the right bolts with him. So yeah, it also looked pretty trash and rusty anyway. So I just went ahead and passed on it, jumped on Amazon and asked Bezos to send me one. A couple weeks later, here we are with the new one. It is much nicer and has this rubber seal. Apparently, these are actually two pieces that are just seated together with that bit of rubber. Maybe that's a bit of dampening or something like that. And that is what had failed on the first one. So that's why it was rattling, shaking, squealing, etc. So I got to work pulling it out. It's a bit of a pain. I did manage to keep the cooling system together. Just removed the fan and the belts and maybe one pulley to allow me to do that. And then I finally got this different style puller to fit in there just enough and pull out this old one. So yeah, this is that rubber that failed. There is a keyway on the main crank, so it can only really go on one way. I elected to sand down the washer that the main crank bolt goes onto just to make sure that there isn't rust going in there. And then we have the moment of truth. No more squeal. No more squeal. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. All right. This thing is ready for the road now. So after getting the Nissan Frontier all fixed up, all the belts, all the pulleys, all the little knickknacks that it took to get this thing back on the road, after finding it dead in the water on the other side of the island, it finally found a new home and was sold for $2,000. I think it's a pretty good deal. I was also able to sell the Nissan Sentra for another $2 grand, so that puts us at about $4,500. Not too bad. In a recent video, I was also able to fix up a couple of small engines. One was a wood chipper and the other one was a power washer. And by getting those up and running, I was able to sell one for $400 and the other one for $450. And that puts us over $5 grand. So now switching to the WRX, there's just a couple of lighting things that this car needed. These old LED lights, this one on the passenger side was not working at all. I do need to get some of this little plastic off of these old ones, and they have this like little super small miniature hex screw to be able to remove part of the plastic so that you can use it to attach the new bulb. So this first one came out pretty easy. Was able to switch the gear over onto this brand new LED and pop them in there. Pretty straightforward, but the second one really fought. I tried drilling it out, and then eventually I just cut the head off of the little mini screw to get this little plastic retainer so that I can use that for the new LED headlight. Bingo bango, there we go, we got headlights, but we still don't have fog lights. So I did actually buy some bulbs for the fog lights as well, and went ahead and pulled these apart so that I could actually get both running. I really wanted both. And here's the new fog light LED installed, and then I just kind of fed it through the old attachment thing and did a little bit of electrical wiring to make it work with the older connector. And moment of truth, bang, now we've got both. The full front lit up, ready to go. All right, now we've got the headlights all figured out. I want to revisit the paint job and the aesthetic of the car. It's actually been a while since the last clip, and I've been thinking about how it looks a little bit more. After I posted the video of me painting everything and making this custom paint job, a lot of the comments said, why not the bumpers? And that's a valid point. And at first I thought, oh, it'll be cool if I leave them black because it's got black trim, it's got black wheels, and maybe it'll match and look cool in some capacity. And sure, it does in some way, but I'm kind of leaning towards what you guys said and having the bumpers go to silver as well. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna prep them as much as can, get them all cleaned up and spray them with some of the spray paint that I used on the base coat of the body of the vehicle. So let's get into that. Hopefully it matches, looks a little better, yeah, adds to the resale value so that we can get to that 10K challenge goal. Yes, let's go. So the Subaru is done. We painted it, we fixed it, we put a transmission in it. We did a lot to this fun little boosted turbo car. And finally, after many months of it being on the market, this is the last car to sell. Last but not least, the Subaru WRX I was able to sell for $4,800, which brings us right up to 10 grand. 8 months ago, I challenged myself to start with nothing, pick up some free Craigslist lawnmowers, and turn them into $10,000. By the merit of my own hands, by figuring it out, fixing and adding value to stuff and reselling it for a profit on the market. And by doing that, I was able to turn absolutely nothing into 10 grand. So what am I gonna do with the money? What I have been doing is been using the money to help people and to buy new projects for this channel. So if you've been following along on this channel, you've already seen some of the stuff that I've been doing with the money. People in Hawaii, some of them really need a helping hand. And I've been going around fixing people's brakes, doing what I can, and spending the money that I've made here on this challenge on the parts for their vehicles to help them get back on the road. I'm gonna use the 10 grand not only to help people, but also to help this channel grow because you guys wanna see cool stuff happen. I wanna be doing cool projects. So we're gonna use the money for good and for projects. And I have picked up myself a 1994 Toyota pickup. It's a classic. It's a manual 4x4. It's a 22 RE, and it's got a busted head gasket, of course. So we're gonna start by spending a couple grand on that, and then we're gonna pull the motor and get into that as the next big major overhaul. There's a couple videos to come before that, but that's the next big one. So thank you guys so much to everyone who's been following along and cheering me on this $10,000 fix and flip challenge. We finally made it there across the finish line after all these months. So I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, consider hitting the button, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.